say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly. But you never know what's going to happen. And the Commodores will kick it off to get us underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Alabama's offense will have the football first. And we've said many times a tight end is the quarterback's best friend. But the last time these two played together, you could make the argument it was even more than family. It was like that thing, there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother, David.
It was really impressive. I mean, they put up big numbers. It seemed to work every time he looked to the big fella. He delivered. So elite 1-2 punch. Jesse, how do you slow that guy down?
I mean, you just got to pick your matchup poison, honestly. You can put a safety against him and try to take advantage of the speed, but he's not going to be big enough to match up physically. If you go linebacker, you're not fast enough. So mixing and matching the looks, I think, is the best chance this defense has.
They'll keep it on the ground. Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Really good-looking run. You think about the legacy Alabama has at the running back position. It's ridiculous. Mark Ingram won a Heisman, obviously. Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs. I'm going to go back to Sean Alexander, who I played against back in the day, too. All these guys had speed. All these guys had vision and quickness. And this guy right here, he has all of those traits himself. Just another big-time talent in the Crimson Tide backfield.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. He's got an open man. He's loose. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. Alabama comes to the line with a first and goal.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on third here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into fourth down. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. Splits the uprights. Good. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. He's got great speed. He's got an alley. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He won't get him. It's a touchdown. He is a field-flipping machine. Take it on one end, return it to the other.
And now you get to celebrate. What a beautiful job. We always talk about defense. We always talk about offense. But, man, when your special teams come through for you and score, it is huge, and it provides such a boost for the crowd.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes that Alabama offense. A little bit of feeling each other out. They're down 7-3 as they open this drive. Use the play fake. Now to throw. That's caught. It's Williams. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Looking downfield, it's Simpson. Good timing on the quick out. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Crosses the 45. Still running at the 40. Oh, there's an alley on the left. Touchdown, Bama! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So the Vanderbilt Commodores offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone, and you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming in this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on 3rd down. Trying to make magic with his feet. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. The Commodores come to the line with a new set of downs. Give to the back. And he's still running after the move. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. And the Commodores look to keep this drive humming. He'll do it himself. Powers through the defender. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. The Commodores come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Leaves it with the running back. It's a running room. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Give to the running back. Defense there to stop him at the 20. Let's give him 3 yards on that carry. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Looking for a man. It's Pavia. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on 2nd down. Likely going to throw it again.
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
Give the defense a lot of credit on that one. A little bit of bend, don't break here in the opening drive of the game. They gave up some yards. They were down inside their own red zone. But on that critical 3rd down, phenomenal effort individually to win his one-on-one, get to the quarterback and bring him down to the ground and really try to take some air out of this offense.
And we'll start the 2nd quarter as they try to hang up the 3 spot. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. He boomed it through. A 50-yard field goal showing off that powerful leg. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Adams. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Got it in the middle. It's Horton. Out to the 35-yard line and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup. So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Fires to the big fella. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. Now on 2nd down. Caught in the backfield, it's Bernard. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, and a The Crimson Tide a few inches away from converting on third down. Trying to pick it up on the ground. All out of space. There he goes. Inside the... And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
Well, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, your game is a big one, but so is this battle right now inside the American. Temple is ahead right now in South Philly, but this game is a long way from being over. Better hold off on the run to Geno's for the time being. They're up by 11 over UTSA. We'll circle back. If anything big happens in this clash in the American, you should know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Snagged in the middle. It's Dillon. Stumbled to the ground. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Vander. We've been watching them all year, but David, it seems like they're starting to find themselves a little bit right now, having won the last. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Makes a grab for a big play. Oh, he's got some... And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Vanderbilt.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And he added the extra point. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the capper was a bolt of lightning, a touchdown pass from 84 yards out. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Pulls and fires complete. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. From the gun, the ground game. Picks up the first down. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Looking to pass. It's Simpson. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. Alabama may always be built on the run, but these days they elevate with a high-flying pass game.
And great coaches evolve, and we've seen the evolution of this Alabama offense over the last several years, and it's not just run, it's not just eat clock, it is be aggressive, attack, make big plays down the field.
After the productive first up top, unloads it left, makes a connection. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. He wants to throw it. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play just like he did right there for 6 points.
Gonna run it. It's Alexander. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. One of the highlights of the year last season, Alabama went into Nashville coming off a win against Georgia, and got knocked out of Nashville with their first loss to Vandy since 1969. Anything can happen in this crazy sport.
It was magic. It was crazy. It was Pavia time, right? Like the fourth down conversions, they held the ball for most of the game. And, Jesse, remember, this is what kept the Tide out of the playoffs. You think they're a little upset?
Definitely, and they're going to have to do a better job defensively with that gun option scheme we saw from Vanderbilt in that game a year ago. They didn't have any answer for that. A few interceptions early by Jalen Milroe put him behind the 8 ball, so we just need a better effort from Alabama on both sides.
And the Commodores getting set on 1st and 10. From the gun, the running back has it. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. And he's brought down after a nice gain. They're down to the 35 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Pavia. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a ball.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. And he had just enough to will that one home. So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Alabama with a multitude of options on 2nd and short. They'll move the wide receiver. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Ernie on the Jets. There he goes. He's at the touchdown time. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
Got a little room. They eventually chase him down, but what a spectacular return that almost went all the way. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line? We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Back to pass, it's Pavia. Unleashes to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Finds his man. And they make the stop, and this offense has it inside the 5, and they are threatening. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Here's the snap, looking to throw. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football, and you saw that there on the incompletion.
The sweet feet buy a little time. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Vandy. Fitted in the window for the score.
And that was great execution on that drive. That is exactly what you needed. You took almost all of the time, and you cut into this lead. Now you're about to go into the half, get everybody excited, use that momentum to start the second half.
On the run from inside his own 5. Coverage team there to make the stop. They avoid disaster, and that's the end of the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, you've been calling a great one today from there in Tuscaloosa. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21.
And with that said, let's send it back to the guys at Bryant-Denny Stadium.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him, getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football, knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the defense.
Got the first down and still on his feet. And he's brought down after a nice game.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
Back to pass. It's Pavia. Makes the grab. It's Stowers. Big play. Takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Got it set up on the outside.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. How about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
They'll try the run. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up there.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
Well, it doesn't get any more open than that. Good read by the quarterback. He was looking for his tight end wide open on the play. Man, you got to make the catch.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And here comes the field goal unit. This kicker has already made a couple today. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. And that one took everything he had to sneak it over the crossbar inside the left upright. That brings them to within 1. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes that Alabama offense. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. He'll keep it himself. At the 35, he's open. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Pulls and fires it complete to the right.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Finds the tight end. At the 35, he's got more. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just freezed the second level of that defense just for a second. It allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
You know, you got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker draped all over him, then that ball's not going anywhere.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up in pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. These corners going to give them some space. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Got it in the middle, it's Cuevas. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
Yeah, this defense is going to have a plan for this tight end, especially when he lines up in the slot, because there's a lot of different routes he can run, and because of his size and his wingspan, he's very, very difficult.
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line.
Well, it's a heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip shot field goal with where they were on that fourth down, but they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Off the boot, looking for his man. Into the end zone. And he wanted to get the score right there, but it falls incomplete.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
Looking downfield, it's Simpson. Makes the grab. Made a defender miss. And the ball's on the ground. And the ball will bounce out of bounds on the fumble.
Oof, that's one of those where you breathe really deep. It feels like the ball's in slow motion, just trickling out of bounds. Please get out of bounds. Offense catches a huge break. Now they still got a chance to go put some points on the board.
And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line. Can the D deny them on second and goal? So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. They go right back to their man on second and goal. Just hammering it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
What a day. His third rushing touchdown. And when you got your college fantasy football team going, this guy is racking those points up for you. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. The give on the inside. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's second and 11. Catch in the middle, it's Hoskins. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The Tide crowd rolling noise down on the Saban field on third down. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. Third down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. The The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Off play action. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
Well, the ball's barely touched the ground every time this guy's been dropping back so far in this game. That's one of the rare misses we've seen from him so far.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Looking for a man. It's Simpson. Finds his tight end. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Not going to take a chance to grab that one as it bounces out of bounds. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. From the gun, running back on the move. Maybe picked up a couple as he gets to the 14.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
They've got them then deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And the defense is playing with a sense of urgency right now. Obviously, they're playing with the lead. They know this offense needs to find a way to generate points, expecting a shot on that last play, so nice job in coverage.
He'll field it close to the 50. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored.
Turning it on! They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. The Crimson Tide rolling on the ground, tries to keep momentum going. He'll pull it on the read. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time. Offensively, the defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Going for 6. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. First play of the drive comes from the 38. They'll run it out of the shotgun. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Nice job by the defense. A lot of times offenses want time to mesh that RPO and read it. Now, the defense got in there so fast, they didn't give him an option. Got the nice tackle for a loss, putting the offense in a worse situation.
To the air, it's Pavia. Pass rush, coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Well, this quarterback normally makes defenses look very silly week in, week out with his speed, but he has yet to face a defense like this. This defense accepted the challenge. They have stepped up. They have been disruptive. They have been living in the backfield all game long. That already the 3rd sack of the game for this unit.
The give and tick, 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 tick. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Right back to the well. They'll give him a couple. That leaves him with 3rd and 8. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. And they'll line up for the field goal to try to tack a little onto the lead. Field goal is good. And now the lead is extended a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week in the American, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Temple is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Hall of Famer Joe Klecko should never be counted out of any game. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to UTSA. Ought to be fun, fellas, to see how things play out in this notable matchup in the American.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Looking down the middle. Got his man. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Dropping back, it's Pavia. Grabbed in the middle, it's Alexander. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. The Commodores headed quickly to the line. Throws for the tight end. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
And I love the personnel group that the defense is in right now. With the lead late in a 2-minute situation, you're seeing extra DBs on the field. You know the offense is going to try and throw the football. So faster guys, good job that time getting to the ball, knocking it away, forcing the incompletion. You stay in this personnel grouping if you're on defense.
Oh, they're after him. Outside the pocket, lets it go. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. And the Commodores are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks. Making side adjustments here. Off play action on 1st down. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. Commodores with a long way to go after the loss on the last play.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the 5th sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying around.
A veritable Crimson Tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. He's got it along the sideline. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. Looking downfield on 1st down. Throws to the tight end. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Well, they're not able to hook up on that throw, but they need to score now. At this juncture of the game, this late in the game, they need a touchdown, they need an onside kick recovered, and they need to score again if they're going to win. The sense of urgency is just off the charts.
Fires to the wideout. It's incomplete and maybe a little too aggressive from this senior trying to fit that one in there.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
That'll be enough for a 1st down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Pressure coming. He just wisely got rid of that when the worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on first down in the red zone. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. Looking to throw, it's Pavia. Unloads to the wideout. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining. After this, it'll be a wrap. Offense changing the play. On third down, going up top. Looking to the end zone. And the pass is incomplete. They were going for the fabulous parting gift, but instead will just go home with a loss. This one was a lot like a tennis match. Back and forth, up and down, and they just couldn't quite score enough and get the key stop to get the win.
And defenses have changed, right? It's not about limiting to low points anymore, but you got to find ways to create turnovers and get that ball back to your offense so they can do their damage. Defense just needed to create a few more opportunities.
I think it just came down to individual effort on the defensive side of the football for this team. Somebody needs to step up in big moments in big games and make the play to win. We didn't see it happen.